Los ovnis, los objetos voladores no identificados, que son naves extraterrestres pilotadas o dirigidas por seres inteligentes de conformación antropomórfica, tiene una clasificación de distintas manifestaciones. Los contactos del primer tipo es cuando tú ves en el firmamento un aparato extraño, la visualización.
This month, we lost a free thinker, a true believer, a ufologist, and a man that took many, many trips down the rabbit hole. Fabio Zerpa was born in Uruguay and resided here in Argentina. Now, if you talk about anything strange or anything paranormal with anyone around here, they'll point you in his direction. This past Christmas, my aunt and my uncle gave me a gift that I was not expecting. They gave me his book, Señales en el Cielo, signs or signals in the sky. Every page that I've read in this book has been very, very interesting, but if there's one thing I took away from this book, was that he truly dedicated his life to this. He wanted to find answers. And his story started in an interesting way as well. Fabio Zerpa was an actor originally. He was known for his work. He was working on a novela, or a TV show, here in Argentina at the time. They were at an airport, a military airport. One of the pilots asked him if he wanted to take a ride, a joyride. Fabio took him up on that offer. Now during their flight, they came into contact of the first kind. They saw a craft. It was a clear blue sky and they made visual contact. Now when they landed, he was amazed at what he had seen. The pilot, on the other hand, knew the protocol. He explained to Fabio that pilots saw those kinds of things all the time, and this sparked his interest in UFOs. I would say that from that point on, this man dedicated his life to looking into these types of phenomena. And not just UFOs, all the paranormal. He was known to give conferences as early as the 1960s. In 1966, he had his own radio show, Más allá de la cuarta dimensión, Beyond the Fourth Dimension. And I would say that he opened up a lot of people's minds here in Argentina. I had this idea, a pipe dream really. I wanted to meet him, take my camera, talk to him, see if I could sit down with this legend. I tried to get into contact with the webpage that I could find that was associated to him. I didn't get a response, but I knew it was a pipe dream. I'm a small channel. I knew the clock was ticking. And yeah, he passed away this month. And I'm gonna regret not getting the chance to meet the man. You know, I always wonder what it must be like for these people that have looked into these cases their whole lives. They've dedicated their lives to this. I've heard people call the older ufologists the old guard. I don't consider myself really a ufologist. I do consider myself a believer and a researcher, a free thinker, and someone that is not afraid to ask questions that others are afraid to ask. And I may never know the truth, but I want to at least know that I questioned it, I thought about it. One thing that really drives me to make these videos is you watching this. I know that not all of you will feel this way, but some of you might. It's not easy to talk about these things with people, and sometimes people aren't willing to talk about it. So when I do this and I sit down, I want you to know that I'm trying to talk to you. You have to find a balance between the healthy believer and the healthy skeptic. Many of you may not know this, but I grew up in the States. I lived there for 21 years. Now I live in Argentina. I lived here for about 10 years now. So most of my knowledge about the paranormal and UFOs and all these things comes from my background living in the States. I need to start looking more into the cases here because I can get my boots on the ground here. I'm going to try doing that more and sharing cases from Argentina with you guys. I also want to learn about cases from all over the world. So I want you guys to do me a favor real quick. Wherever you are in the world, I want you to share your favorite case down in the comments. These things are happening all over the world. And just like the rest of the world, the phenomenon is happening here as well. I want to communicate that with my English-speaking audience. I want to share the stories from here with you guys. And remember, we wouldn't be here without the old guard, without people like Heineck or Fabio Zerpa or Stan Friedman. These men did not dedicate their lives to this for us to be divided as a community. We need to work together. interesting man, interesting life, and somebody that we should not forget. If you're new to the channel, leave a comment down below, introduce yourself. If you've had a paranormal experience, or you've seen a UFO, or you are an abductee or a contactee, please feel free to share your story down below. I am the Undead Gaucho, and remember, on this channel, the paranormal is normal.